We're in Killbuck, Ohio. Pretty good name for a place to come deer hunting, don't you think? Killbuck Outfitters with Brad Snow. Man, I'm excited. 17 hours in the truck to get here. Been thinking about it a lot longer than that. And we are here in the full glory of fall. You can see every kind of tree you can imagine. Maple, sycamore, oak, all turning colors. What a beautiful place to be right now. Farm country down in the bottoms and such thick forest up on these hillsides. I can see why they've got lots of deer. We're here on the first cool weather snap. Things are changing, a big front's pushing through. So, boy, I don't know if we could time it any better.
Today's crossbow buck hunt will be taking place in Holmes County in north central Ohio. The terrain is simply gorgeous, rolling almost mountainous hills of limestone. In fact, this area is in the top 5 places in the country for visitors to view spectacular autumn colors.
We are here.
Upon arrival, Greg meets up with Brad Snow, the owner of Killbuck Outfitters.
Hey, Brad.
Mr. Greg Geyser.
How are you
doing, sir?
Yeah, good to meet you. Good to meet you.
You too, sir.
Finally here.
Yep. How was the drive?
Long, man.
Long.
17 hours is enough.
Well, we finally got some rain. Plots are coming on. Acorns are falling pretty hard.
Oh, boy.
Should be a really good,
Awesome.
really good hunt.
Get the crossbow. I'm pretty excited. I have not done a crossbow hunt before, so we'll get her out and do a little shooting. Well, I was doing some practice shooting with this before I came down, and man, am I impressed with how accurate these things shoot. Even at 40 yards, shooting groups of 2 or 3 inches. In fact, I wrecked 2 arrows. I Robin Hooded one the other day, all the way through at 40 yards. And for the record, it was in the bullseye. So I've just been really impressed with how this thing has performed. So I'm looking forward to getting a chance to try it on a deer.
The crossbow of Greg's choice is the Excalibur Matrix Mega 405.
Well, we're going to take this bad boy over and do some shooting, make sure it's on after that long drive.
The perfect combination for unprecedented reliability, speed, and power.
Well, try a couple here. Got it at 40 yards. Maybe we won't have to shoot that far, but just in case, it's always nice.
Named after its speed, with a draw weight of 290 pounds, at 350 grain, she'll crank out an amazing 405 feet per second.
And as accurate as these things are, once you get it dialed in, you'll be in good shape.
That means accuracy and bone-crunching power,
Dead deer.
capable of taking any dangerous big game on Earth, or in this case, certainly white-tailed deer.
Well, it appears to be on. We have left now. Let's go out and find a critter. So let's get going.
And so Mr. Kaiser shooting tacks and all set. So now it's finally time for his Ohio crossbow buck hunt to commence.
It's a pretty rough country, real steep around here.
Probably here in Ohio, in Holmes County, Coshocton, we're probably one of the largest timber producing industries and pretty much rich in agricultural. There's a lot of corn and soybean fields that we run.
Sounds like pretty much a fantastic whitetail factory.
Yep, we are very rich in big whitetails. Well, our operation here at Killbuck Outfitters, we have free range land, a little over 30,000 acres.
We've got a little sniper station up here in this maple tree overlooking this food plot. It's just fantastic.
We run a ton of food plots, mineral supplements all summer long.
I like to spray everything that might come in contact with the brush.
We're trying to establish good crop grounds, bedding areas, putting in sanctuaries for our whitetails to have a safe haven.
God, I'm excited.
We're not looking to run a ton of clients on our farms. We're looking to run quality hunts and keep the numbers down and offer really good whitetails, mature whitetails for our clients.
They've got so many different places to hunt, such a variety of terrain and locations. Got a food plot here. They bed on both sides of us, and the wind's in our favor. So we went to some tree stands, saw lots of deer, lots of turkeys, all kinds of critters, and just saw numbers. And we did run into some bucks. Weren't quite what we were looking for, but Brad does a great job with working with his cameras and managing his land with food plots and those kinds of things. And so he knows what's there. He knows what deer are frequenting what areas, and really knows where to put you to find what you're looking for. That's a perfect little food plot right there.
Continuing now on a crossbow hunt in Ohio with Greg Kaiser at Kill and Buck Outfitters. The guys are on their way into an area Greg might be hunting if the trail cam positioned in the area indicates that he should.
Oh, I see you got a camera here.
Brad Snow has his land absolutely wired with trail cameras because he knows they visualize up-to-date information on where the deer are moving and when.
All the deer tracks in here. Want some new rubs in here too, Greg. I was right there with that one.
There's no better tool, he says. And that's why Brad's so emphatic about utilizing the information his trail cameras provide to increase the odds of his hunter's success.
As an outfitter, that you can run trail cameras, set the tree stands up, do all the homework, and you can bring a guy in the woods and he can harvest the buck that you really want to harvest. That's right there is the rewarding part about it. They've been really hammering the ground pretty consistent.
One of the spots had 7 different bucks on it. Now, they weren't all shooters. There were some spikes and whatever in there, but there were 3 really nice ones and one that stood out that had a split on the one side with a little sticker off that same side as well. So that was a pretty intriguing deer, and we were excited to be able to go after him.
Yeah, this whole woods right here is it's about a 20-acre swath, and they usually bed over on that hillside, but it's all acorns in here. And this is what the deer are pounding on right now. A lot of times you can tell when your trail cams stop getting pictures at the food sources and the greens, they're usually in the woods eating the acorns, which should make it good hunting.
Perfect, I'm ready.
So we finally got Greg's buck coming in. He's a split G3 buck on the left side. He's a nice, beautiful, typical 9-point with a splitter, and he's got 2 little drops coming in on the left side beam. He's coming in at daylight, so I'll pick you guys up later. Good luck. We really picked this buck out because he has a lot of nice character, and he's a really nice shootable buck. We knew where he's at. We knew what he was doing. We had him pretty much pegged of what time he's coming in.
We're on a huge oak ridge here. There's so many acorns you can hardly walk. We got some fresh rubs. We got a brand new fresh scrape down here. It's a real travel corridor. You got swamp at the bottom. There's a road and it gets to the high top with some fields up here, so this is a perfect buffer area. So we are pumped to be here. It's really windy, but it's pretty quiet in here. So we're gonna get set real quiet, and we know which one we're looking for. We'll see if it comes together. When we got to the spot, we got in there quiet. We got in there early, and it was an oak ridge, and it was a funneling area between feeding and bedding. So a whole herd of deer. We had nearly 20 deer cut in front of us. Including 2 8-pointers that gave us a wonderful show and hung around. And we decided not to take them because we knew that split was there. Brad does a really great job of keeping tabs on his herd. And he's got so many different spots. He's managing a number of herds is the result. So through his food plots and all the things that he does for them year round and keeping an eye on them, he's doing a lot for the health of the deer in the whole area. Boy, decisions. I let him walk. We looked at some pictures of a camera in here. I know there's a bigger one in here with a split. He's got a little sticker on the bottom of his left side too. That's the one we're in here for, but man, it was pretty hard. Pretty tough to pass those guys up. They're pretty deer. Got a look at some camera shots last night. Right in this area, there's a real nice pinch point. There were 7 different bucks in here, and there's one with a split side, a split tine on the one side, nice and tall, pretty wide. Hoping for him, but we had 2 8-pointers go through here with a number of smaller bucks too. Both of them were really nice deer, just we had seen that one and we're hoping for him, so we let those walk, but there's a lot of deer in here. There's a lot of activity tonight with all the rain and the weather and everything, so boy, we're just excited to be here and got our fingers crossed because I think it's gonna happen. So when you go into a spot knowing what's there, the anticipation of hoping to see the one you're going for is a little bit overwhelming. So we'd had does running all around on the Oak Ridge, going up and down, and bucks cutting across, and deer playing, running around chasing, little bucks knocking antlers, and then quiet. They were all gone. And heard some rustling up on the ridge and thought, oh, that's that doe with the 2 fawns coming back. And the doe came out and the fawn came out, and the third deer was not a fawn. It was the split buck. So when he came in from the right, and he was pushing that doe and fawn down the hill. He came right down to us, and he was investigating. We'd had those other deer in the area. He had his nose to the ground, checking things out. And when he finally stopped, knew it was right, I had the crosshairs right where they needed to be and let it go. It was perfect. Oh, that's the one we were walking for. We've seen a lot of deer come through here. They've been all around us in here on these acorns, and we knew that one was in here. Came in right behind those does and came right through. I gotta think he's done, man. This baby, I put it right on him. First with the Excalibur crossbow, Matrix 405. I'm so excited. I can hardly wait to get out of this tree and go find him, because I don't think he went very far. Brad Snow does a great job keeping an eye on his deer. He's got cameras out all over the place. He's got good stand sets in good places. Oh yeah, complete pass through. Lost a couple fletchings, but I'm sure that did the job. Oh, those lighted nocks sure are nice. Takes all the question out of where your arrow went. You know, you kind of get excited when you take a shot. And that really helps you know where the shot placement was. And I know that one was good, so we're gonna go take a walk and recover the deer. One of the things that's really neat to me is he caters to his hunters. It's not a big place where you've got 20 guys in camp and all kinds of people. It's a very quaint and homey feel. You actually stay in his home with him. Blood starts right here. Recovered the arrow. We're gonna follow the little red dot path, I guess. He grew up here. He knows this land like the back of his hand, and oh yeah. You know what you're in for. When you get there, he shows you the pictures, and you can talk about which one you want, and you feel really catered to. I think we're getting closer. And he runs just a few clients through here a year. There's clearly a trail right there. That way everybody gets a great hunt and has an opportunity to shoot a good deer. I see something very bright white in a sea of green right over here. Let's go get him. It is him. Hey, buddy. Oh. Yes. Oh, boy. That's a rewarding end. After a very short track, I might add, we now have our hands on my first crossbow deer, my first Ohio deer, and just a wonderful hunt. This is a perfect culmination to a wonderful hunt. We sat through rain for a couple of days. We saw this guy on camera. We saw that he was here during the day yesterday, and came back this evening, and sure enough, we even passed up a couple of deer that were pretty decent too, so really excited. He's got a little character there, really neat with those little sticker there and a bump and a split. Every deer's different, every deer's unique. And for any of you that are wondering about getting into crossbow hunting, it's my first hunt, and I'll guarantee you it will not be my last. What an enjoyable day. Got the deer we came out here for, so mission accomplished.
You know, in recent years, crossbow hunting has become one of my favorite ways to hunt and go after all types of game. I began with an Excalibur because research convinced me they were, without question, the best.
So the thing you'll find about your Excalibur is it shoots better than you or I do.
Then, the very first time I took my crossbow to the range, I was amazed at how accurate it shot and how easily it performed. Since then, I've kept practicing and have enjoyed many exciting and successful hunts. My first was on wild turkey down in Kansas.
My first with a crossbow. It's amazing weapons.
I sure got a kick out of taking a wild gobbler on my own land in Minnesota, too.
And there you have the success of a crossbow.
And my friends, when a bull elk comes in the crossbow range and you know you have that kind of speed and power backing you, let's just say you feel mighty confident, and rightly so.
Rick, I got a dead elk here.
I knew he didn't go far.
He came in beautifully. He's gonna eat wonderfully. My first crossbow kill, perfect.
That was a hunt I'll never forget.
I couldn't be more excited.
This last year down in Texas, I enjoyed a thrilling crossbow hunt, which ended in the taking of this beautiful aoudad.
How's this? My first aoudad.
So yes, like Greg Kaiser, I've become an enthusiast of crossbow hunting. His experience in Ohio, he says, now has him hooked for life. And no wonder, taking a whitetail buck like that one in a way you never have before is a true rush. I congratulate you, sir, for a job well done. Now, if any of you have ever gone into a sport shop, saw all those crossbows hanging there and wondered what the big deal is about, now you know. More and more sportsmen are choosing Excaliburs, having a blast, and finding great success in their hunting endeavors. Let's just cross our fingers that more and more states, like many have, begin to include crossbow hunting within their regular archery season. Because there's simply not a single reasonable reason why not to. I'm Babe Winkelman. Thanks so much for watching today, and until next time, everybody, hey, good hunting.